Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, viewers. I am Dr. Munawar Hussain, and with us today is Dr. Mubeen Shah. Dr. Mubeen Shah is a known businessman settled in Turkey. He has a vast experience of trade and commerce in Srinagar, in Kashmir, because he was chairing the commerce committee of the Srinagar. Thank you very much, Shah Sahab, for your time. Shah Sahab, how do you see the foreign policy of Pakistan, especially in the context of fundamental changes which are occurring in the region and beyond? Especially, we are observing elections are being held in India, and these elections are contested by Congress and BJP on the lines of ideologies, secularism versus religious fundamentalism. How do you see this development and the foreign policy of Pakistan to tackle the challenges which are emanating from the changes in the region?
Thank you very much, sir, Dr. Munawar Sahab, for giving me the opportunity on this platform. The point is, we have to take this in context of what is basically the two main parties in India, for example, is BJP and the Congress. While the Congress has joined with other regional parties and made a sort of a front called India, which is, no, it is not very compact yet, but it may work, it may work, they may work together. The point is that Modi has completely divided the Indian population into either Hindutva or there is no secularism actually as such. But if we go back to history, I was just reading a post on Twitter. It was, on the basis because of Pakistan Day yesterday, and the Quaid had seen that basically Congress, they had analyzed it and they said that, in the before the announcement of the Pakistan Day, the 95% of the people from Congress who were elected, in the interim government which was there, were Hindus, and there was very small percentage of Muslims in that by the Congress. And Jawaharlal Nehru was on record to say that there are now only two parties in India. One is the British Raj and the other side is the Congress. So they, the thing is that, this may be a misconception in Pakistan that Congress will be different, particularly in the case of Kashmir and particularly even in the case of Pakistan. Yes, they will give a different face, but it will remain the same, because who did this? Who was Sovereign Singh Bhutto talks? There was Congress rule. There no decision, nothing came out of all those things. So Pakistan has to rethink about its foreign policy. It has to rethink about its foreign policy. It has to, we can see, there was a hearing in the United States. They are dictating terms that, you cannot do gas pipeline to Iran. You cannot do, they will even ask for CPC closure. And I recall also that, when I was the president of the Kashmir Chamber not president of the Kashmir Chamber, I was at that time president of the Joint Chamber of Commerce and Industry. And, every year, before 2019, the embassy people will come from all the embassies. Invariably, they will come, during summertime to have, meetings with us, with all the civil society groups in Kashmir about the latest situation and all that. And in one of those meetings, the American embassy people came, and in which where the commercial attaché was also there at that time. And he asked me, because being the president of the Joint Chamber, he told me, what is your thinking and what is the future, for Kashmir, keeping in view now you are the president of the Joint, because they were supporters of the LOC trade, Americans as such, I know. I said, no, our future is connected with CPEC. Because if we get connection with CPEC, then Kashmir has got, market access right up to Central Asia
Mhm.
and other countries through the CPC. You'll be surprised that the commercial attaché, which was in that meeting from the US embassy, just got up, which was not behaving of a diplomat. He got up from his seat and said, "Gentlemen, we'll never allow CPC to become successful." You know, this is a diplomat, this is a commercial attaché of an American. So that was in 2012, if I exactly remember, 2012. You know, the point is, Pakistan has to make choices. Unfortunately, after the regime change, they have completely gone towards the American side. They feel that they will not be able to survive, they will not be able to get the money, they will not be. But the thing is, China, Pakistan has to be in the region, so they have to do the region thing. Leaving aside India, Central Asia, China, Russia, this is the line they have to take, and the foreign policy should be determined by that. You see, unfortunately, I am actually an outsider in a way, because we are Kashmiris, we look from outside. Pakistan uh, is now tilted towards America, and I am fearing that China will go further away from Pakistan. They have created, I think, what I was reading in the press and all, they have created alternatives through Afghanistan. What we are talking about, yes, they may not have that Gwadar thing, which is connecting, which is the main fulcrum of their policy. They need Gwadar just because of the Johor Straits. Johor Straits can be blocked anytime, and that's why they want this as a safeguard for that. So Pakistan has a has something to give to China, but at the same time they have to make that policy which they have to balance the everything. They can't let America dictate terms on CPC, or for that matter even gas. It is surprising that India got the waiver for trading oil, and while
Mhm.
Pakistan did not get it, although the need for Pakistan is much more.
Mhm.
you know so this is very important, and I think we Kashmiris have a feeling that the present government has they have been asked to do better relations with India, and already talks. Already the foreign minister of Pakistan, Mr. Ishaq Dar, has already spelled out that people in Pakistan are telling us that to do trade with India. Which
Mhm.
I last time also we had a video where I said, what is the use for Pakistan to have trade with India? What is the use? There should be some benefit. I don't think so. Why? Because it will be minus trade. If you want to increase your exports, I don't think there will be any increase of export to India, because India, the stage of development in India is such that they will not be able to import from Pakistan, because Pakistan does not have anything to offer as such. They are not, the technology is not much better than India, that they will transfer technology or items which they manufacture and India is not able to manufacture. China, which I explained last time also, China has those items at a lower cost which they are exporting to India, and they have a positive trade. While as Pakistan will never have a positive trade with India. There is no Pakistan needs to develop and correct the trade imbalance between China and Pakistan. See if you cannot penetrate the Chinese market who are your friends, how do you expect to penetrate the Indian market who are not your friends? This
Mhm.
is, it is beyond logic. It is beyond logic. It is beyond logic. Nothing. I don't think any logical person will think about this thing. And if it does not analyze this thing, I am sorry, Pakistan is going down the dumps. They will become a colony of India.
Mhm.
Let me be very clear. They will
Dr.
become a
Saab,
colony of India.
there is a perception in Pakistan if we are providing a transit facility to India, if they easily go to Central Asia through Pakistan, Pakistan can earn billions of dollars in the context of rents. So the debate is that the Pakistani economy, which is entangled now, the only way to get out, to get rid of this problem is to have connectivity and trade with the neighboring states. And therefore, tomorrow, I think a delegation is going from the Ministry of Commerce to Afghanistan to discuss the trade problems with Afghan government. So this is the narrative which is going on in Pakistan.
You know, Dr. Munawar, this is, I recall we had a conference in Sri Lanka once upon a time, and there were a Pakistani delegation, there was an Indian delegation, we were from Kashmir, representing naturally Kashmir. And at that time, the preliminary stage of LOC trade was discussed at that time. Before the LOC trade started, actually, in the Sri Lanka conference. And one point I raised, because I was speaking for Kashmir, I was not speaking for Pakistan. I raised during the discussions, I said, will Pakistan give us access of trade through Pakistan for Kashmiris? I am talking about for Kashmiris, so that we can get access to the Karachi port. Why? There was a reason behind it. Because we said that our trade, for example, apples, we want to export apples to the Middle East. It takes us 5 days for transportation to Bombay, which is the nearest port to Kashmir. While as it can be second day in the Karachi. Overnight it can reach Rawalpindi, and Rawalpindi it can go in freight by trains to Karachi, and the second day it will be in UAE, which was our target. And the gentleman there who was leading the Pakistan delegation, I remember Lieutenant General Talat was there, Talat Masood or something like that. He used to become on TVs longer time. I don't know whether he's still alive, the gentleman.
Yes, he is alive.
So he got up and he said, no, we'll not allow transit trade. We'll not allow transit trade to Kashmiris. Because of our experience of Afghanistan transit trade. So he explained. He said, and that is true, because I lived in Singapore for 13 years. I lived for 13 years, and I used to meet these Afghan traders in my business, and they will tell me, I will tell them what you are exporting. He said, we are exporting cars, we are exporting tires, we are exporting this. I said, where? He said, Afghanistan. Afghanistan? Where is the market there? But what was happening was basically they were sending the containers, and the containers were being, they were never reached to Afghan border. They would come into the Pakistan market itself. Those containers will be lost. So this is Talat Masood. He told us in that meeting, we will never allow it, because our trade and everything gets affected, because all these are import duty free. When it goes to Afghanistan, it is duty free. So all these items come duty free, and this is also one of the main reasons of your industry not developing in Pakistan. Because if somebody from your institution analyzes the trade between this transit trade of Afghanistan during those period when Afghanistan was under war, you can understand that all that item has actually come into Pakistan itself. So he said thousands and thousands, and there was a report also which I subsequently saw. There were some millions of containers which were lost in transit. So he raised that point. Are you again ready for that type of transit trade? Because you have people in Pakistan, keeping the situation in Pakistan, anything can happen anytime. There is no rule of law as such. So there will be millions of containers which will go missing like that.
I think this is,
I'm
Shah
because
Saab, this is the reason that government has scaled down trade with Afghanistan. It was around about $4 billion trade. Now it is up to $1 billion trade. And this is all because of this, what the problem that you have mentioned. Shah Saab, I have
exactly,
another question.
exactly.
I have another question. It is expected that Modi Saab is coming into power again. If after election he comes into power again, he retains the power again in India, what would be the future of the Indian held Kashmir?
You see, presently, what India is doing at this point of time in Kashmir, they have prepared the stage for complete domination, and also they will get people from other parts of India who are a billion plus, you know, and settle them in Kashmir. That is what is going to happen in the next 5 years rule of Modi. And I think it will not only be Modi, it may be even the Congress if it comes back to power. Because you see, this is a policy which is already there. This whole thing has been done under a policy. Because if you see history, Congress also wanted this 370 and to go, but in a different manner, not in the way they made it hollow within itself.
Mm,
370 article, they made it hollow by presidential action, this action, that action. These guys made it abrupt. That is it.
mm,
Tell it up front that this is what it is.
mm,
Congress was doing it very, very slowly, subtly, and and already we had lost everything under 370,
mhm,
except that 35A.
mm,
That is was the only thing which was remaining, and that is the one which is important for us at this point of time, because colonies are going to come, whether it is Congress, whether it is BJP. Yes, BJP may do it in a more cruder form. Congress will do it, slowly, slowly. They will also do the same thing
mhm,
because the rules have been changed. Anybody can come. Train is coming in 24 in the later part of this year, and people they can transfer, migrate people in thousands, in lakhs of people, at a very given point and in a very short possible time to Kashmir, and because people have already, as per my information, the Jammu sector, they have already done that.
mm,
The Jammu business people, whoever I am able to talk to, they feel that all the Punjabis from Punjab, India, have come and taken over their businesses. They have not yet done it in Kashmir because they are still feeling that there is a heat of the armed resistance there. So
mm,
they will not be able to do it in the manner they have done it in Jammu. So this is what the information I am getting from Jammu is like this, and now Jammu is also, raising its voice that for example, the Congress has chosen a person, Lal Singh, who is a Hindutva, but at the same time he wants Dogra, because he is saying publicly that I want Dogra dominance in Jammu. What does that mean? That means that the Punjabis of the Indian Punjab have covered all their businesses in those spaces they have. So this happens, and you will see in Ladakh already, which was also a province of Jammu and Kashmir. Already the Ladakhis are up in arms in the sense that they want them to give the necessary, safety, that no person from outside can buy land, can take their jobs. This is what now other political parties in Kashmir who are supporting India are telling the people that we will safeguard this position of Kashmiris. So it has to be understood in that context that they have also come to the same thing, that they also know that the people want this thing. Why should then a political party who's alleging allegiance to India say about that? You have to, for example, it is something like that. So, this is very important. This has to be taken into that context. So, whether Modi comes, whether Congress comes, for us Kashmiris, yes, he will be more crude, he will be more blatant, he will be more. But Congress to us is also the same. They occupied our economic spaces. They occupied our in a different manner, and they did the same thing. Their policy was same actually. Inherent policy was same.
Hmm.
If they would have not been the same policy, why should they have removed Sheikh Abdullah in 1953, to whom Sheikh Abdullah gave allegiance to India? Because Sheikh Abdullah at that point of time, one uh, third, although I don't agree, because he is the main person who is responsible for our plight today, because he at that time felt that in 1953 that India has cheated him. So he started speaking about it, and then they removed him. And a simple Inspector General of Police, not DIG or something, put him under arrest.
Hmm. Hmm.
So
Acha,
yeah, so
Shah Sahab, why Article 35A is significant for the Kashmiris? I have listened you, I have listened many Kashmiri leaders. They want to restore 35A. What is significance of it? One, is it possible to restore it? And if it is, how it can be done?
you see, 35A, the importance of that is that nobody will be able to allow to purchase land in Kashmir. They
Mhm,
cannot become residents, and they can become residents, they can take on lease or something like that, but they cannot purchase, they cannot be owners of land. So
mhm,
this is a very big difference, 35A. So that gives us a safeguard that our land will not be taken over by, just like in what has happened in Israel. Let us say Palestinians, their land was purchased by Israelis. Some of them purchased it, some of them took it over. So
mhm,
same thing, 35A. Yes, it can be even in the present, for example, in Himachal Pradesh and some other state, I don't remember which other state, but Himachal Pradesh certainly, there is a model of same 35A, where the outsider is not allowed to buy land from other parts of India in Himachal. So the result is that safeguard is there. This is what the Ladakhis are also asking. This is
mhm,
now Kashmiri political parties who are now in the fray or going to stand for elections are also telling that we will safeguard. Whether they will then fight it out or not, but at this point of time, they are telling the public that we will get it done.
mhm,
We if you vote for us, we will make it a point that thing will be ensured. And once if Jammu people will also start clamoring for that, then it will become an issue for India. They will have to do it. And although Jammu is asking for a separate state, there is an element there. They want a separate state, just like Ladakh was separate out. Jammu
mhm,
also want to separate out.
mhm, mhm.
So
Thank you very
35A
much.
is important because of that.
Mhm. And how this target can be achieved? What Pakistan should do,
You
what
know,
Kashmiri diaspora should do that this Article 35 can be restored again.
you see, that is why I am saying, in all my interaction with you or with interaction on social media, is that if Pakistan has to do talks, they have to keep these conditions there. And this has to be guaranteed by international, so that, till the final settlement, the status quo is not disturbed. See, what is the idea? See, if we are asking for right of self-determination, it's on the people of Kashmir who are original Kashmiris, who are there from 1947, or.
Mhm,
So if 35A is not given, that means in tomorrow Indians will flood Kashmir, and they will say, okay, now do that right of self-determination. We will be minority then.
mhm,
So that is you see, that is why it is important. It is not only us. It is the Pakistan state. It is other countries who are friends of Pakistan have to raise in appropriate forums, so that India is forced
mhm,
to agree to this thing, or else same situation as what is happening in Palestine today.
mhm,
Same
mhm,
situation.
mhm. Thank you very much, Shasa, for your time. Viewers, you have listened the viewpoint of Dr. Mubeen Shah. We welcome your comments and we will try to answer them in the upcoming episode with Shah Saab. Thank you watching this very important program. Inshallah, we will see you again. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.